Hello and welcome to Piping Solutions with Ali. Hope you are doing well. This is fourth session of PMS, Piping Material Specification course. As a piping engineer, you should be familiar how to extract MTO, material takeoff, from 3D model, for example from PDMS or E3D, and then order them for purchasing. The common way to order piping material is first preparation of material requisition and then attach MTO to that MR. The quality of MTO is highly related to how the description of each piping component is detailed. There shouldn't be any option to receive alternative material that is not compatible with our project requirements. Now we are reviewing how flanges are categorized in each class of PMS, and I'm going to emphasize that for two types of flanges, the thickness of pipe should be included in description of flange, and I'm going to explain the reason. For welding neck flange, the thickness of pipe should be mentioned as a description of flange for welding purposes, because it's ideal that during welding the thickness of welding neck will be equal to thickness of pipe. Let's see how this requirement is reflected to this class of this sample PMS. Here for welding neck flange, same as pipe is specified here. It means same as pipe thickness. So if we have, for example, 3-inch flange, we should find what is the thickness of a 3-inch pipe. And if we find, 3 inches is located between 2 and 6 here, and related schedule is 40. So when we are ordering welding neck flange in this class of PMS, we should specify a schedule 40 for this flange. Now it's worth to refer to the related standard ASME B16.5 and find how this requirement is reflected there. For example, for class 150 pound, for welding neck flange, parameter B is defined as an internal diameter of flange. But I mentioned that we should specify the thickness of pipe. The outside diameter of pipe is constant, and if you specify the thickness of pipe, inside diameter will be defined. So if we specify the thickness of pipe for flange, the parameter B will be defined and manufacturer will fabricate this flange based on that schedule. Let's review the dimension of B. You can find that in table 8, dimensions of class 150 flanges. Parameter B is specified in column 13 for welding neck flange. But you can find that this parameter is specified for nominal pipe size 12 and less, while based on our conversation it should be variable. Now I'm going to explain the reason. For nominal pipe size 12 and smaller, the thickness of pipe is small, and if we refer to note 7, you can find that schedule 40 or thickness standard is assumed for this range of flanges, and based on this assumption, parameter B is defined here. The philosophy behind this assumption refers to ASME B16.5. Here you can find that there is a trimming and permitted misalignments that covers the difference between pipe and welding neck thickness in this range. So if we ignore specifying the thickness of pipe for welding neck flange with NPS 12 and smaller. We will receive flanges from supplier or vendor that is matching to schedule 40. You can find that here for NPS 14 and higher size. Note 8 is referred, and you can find here Note 8 to be specified by the purchaser. So for those range, it's mandatory to specify the thickness of pipe. In addition to welding flange, it's highly recommended to specify the thickness of pipe for socket welding flange as well. In this way, you can see that the inside diameter of pipe will be in accordance with inside diameter of socket welding flange. If we refer to the standard, you can find that for socket welding flange, column 13 is specified as a parameter B, but socket welding flange range is between nominal pipe size half to 3 inch. And you can find that parameter B is defined considering Note 7. But as I mentioned, we can be more accurate, and it's highly recommended to specify the pipe wall thickness for socket welding flange as well. I hope you find this session beneficial. Thanks for being with us.